What's up guys, welcome back for another Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Duel video. Next match, Cross Balanced Cup. Right side here of the picture, left side of the top 16 knockout bracket. All the way on the bottom we have both Chaos versus Blood. So quite old decks are paired up against each other from 2003 versus 2007, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, should be. So again, the deck that loses this one will be out of the tournament. The deck that wins this one move on, well, at least will move on to the left side of the bracket. First list we have Chaos from 2003, right? We're using an OCG list, by the way, with Sixth Sense and Crush card pre-errata. Same for Time Seal, multiple BLS was allowed. Chaos Emperor, I'm not really sure, I think Emperor was already limited, but I'm not sure about that. Thunder Dragon again, speed up the deck, but basically ban list style deck, right? Good old Chaos deck, as we all know. The second list, Blood, basically Diamond 2 Turbo, as we all know from the TCG. This, I'm not really sure if this was an OCG list used, again, triple dimension fusion, but again, one of those powerhouses, and it's something that I personally underestimated. I didn't play this list back in the old school days, back in 2007, but the fact that eventually Destiny Hero Plasma was released was basically a good upgrade to the good old Diamond Dude Turbo deck. And yeah, you know, Plasma free to get on the field with something like Scapegoat, Destiny Hero, or at least Destiny Draw Father, etc, etc. Same for Phoenix Blade, right? Super strongly. So which deck has the advantage? This is a hard one. We all know from, at least from this year's Cross Balanced Cup, is that Blood, Destiny Hero, B-Town, I guess, very similar. Already had like a lot of good wins, good matches, nice comebacks as well, but still, Chaos has a lot of power cards, a lot of banned cards as well, very similar to the other, well, to Blood, right, but still, multiple BLS, Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, Painful Choice, Time Seal, Snatch Steal, all of those banned cards. So I don't really know, I would guess just 50-50 here for both decks. So let's hop into the first duel. Okay, first duel, the opponent gets to start, definitely wants to go first, setting up her place and potentially like just normal summon Stratos, right? You're not getting OTK'd against the old school Chaos Recruiter or Chaos deck. No, not really Recruiter, but just Chaos deck, right? Chaos Recruiter is a different deck list with Shining Angel and Mystic Tomato. The end phase Scapegoat, my heart, well, worst case scenario is something like Heavy Storm, then again I could just chain a Crush card, and here my mindset was, okay, we know the hand, we know he has the cards in his hand as you see now, the Dasher, the Lightning Vortex, I believe Mirror Force as well, and Plasma. So we knew Plasma was coming, but I was like, well, I eventually am, due to the fact that my Apprentice Magician will always be tributed by the Crush card, I'll just let him tribute his gold tokens for a Destiny Hero Plasma, and after he tribute or special summon, by the way, his Plasma, I'll just use Crush card, right? So getting rid of the tokens. But then he rips the Jinzo. That was a bummer, so I kinda underestimated the situation, and Blood is leading 1-0. But again, I get to start immediately, the Liquid Duo his hand, get rid of 2 cards, Time Seal as a follow-up play. Time Seal sadly still banned, but now the opponent has to skip his next draw phase. But basically getting an extra plus out of the Mask of Darkness. Well, just get back the Time Seal, right? Magical Scientist is a very powerful card. The fusion monsters summoned off of Scientist can't attack directly, but they can attack over monsters. So potential OTKs, but not that, well, not that frequently, right? Just gain control of the playing field, and well, eventually going for 1000 Ice Restrict, put it face down. Again, your 1000 Ice Restrict will remain face up on the field, and because of my opponent is under the Time Seal, he won't get the draw phase. So I was like, well, maybe there is a situation that either 1000 Ice Restrict or Magical Scientist will survive. Well, he knew that the Malicious, right, but he still needed to get another monster on the field to get rid of both Beatsticks, right? Both powerful monsters. The BLS was a very solid trip. There's still the slight possibility of him having Mirror Force set. Not really sure. Well, no draw phase, so he might have used it earlier. Then again, you know, Regal Senshi negating trap cards. So, well, just playing cautiously, right? Dropping the Scapegoat again for the potential Plasma. There it is. I believe he searched it out. I'm not really sure about that. I think so. So again, I'm in a very terrible position. I needed the Sinister Serpent for some extra defense here, but top decking the Reborn was just too much. Keeping the Raigeki was good. Raigeki the entire field and then Monster Reborn with pre-errata Demok is just so clutch. Reborning BLS and now eventually attack for game. So equalizing the play, equalizing the score, right? So, but then again, the opponent gets to start using reinforcement of the army, and I see my hand and I was like, ooh, this is definitely not good. Call is not live. Sixth Sense is again a slow card since the opponent again needs, at least the Blood is definitely an OTK deck and my back row isn't really something to prevent an OTK, right? So he's definitely going to drop the Destiny Hero Plasma and I was like, ooh, this isn't really that great. Dropping the Diamond Tooth, maybe fearing the Mirror Force or something like that. So drawing Thunder Dragon, that's good. Setting up a light, use Sixth Sense, call 5 and 6 and roll 5. Draw 5 cards, immediately Harpy's Feather Duster, the Apprentice Magician, that will give me the Dark I needed to go for BLS, Snatch Steal, the Destiny Hero Plasma, and of course getting damage in with Yatagarasu, so my opponent won't get his draw phase now. With only 4 cards in his hand, he does have one outer here, being the Monster Gate he just sent to the graveyard with Diamond Tooth, but nope, he can't, at least he wasn't lucky, so no mill for Phoenix Blade or something like that. But you know, Dimension Fusion works for both players, so I would have been able to get like both of my banished monsters as well, but that Monster Gate was very important. So again, he's under Time Seal, no draw phase, so good, Yatagarasu, Time Seal and those cards. So use Painful Choice to set up Monster Reborn in the graveyard, yeah, flip over Magician of 8 and the rest is history, right? Reborning the, at least special summon, at least tribute summon Demok, get deck Reborn, etc, right? So Chaos do take this one over Blood and Chaos will move on to the left side of the bracket and eventually will take on, well, depending, right, the winner of both Draco Pals or Paleozoic. So next match, like always, feel free to leave your predictions on the right side. We have Armshole, Synchrocat, OCG Synchrocat, yeah, pretty much versus Pendulums, right? Pendulums as in Metal Foes, featuring Magispector Kirin. So again, feel free to leave your predictions. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks so much and feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Beatum signing out. Peace.